you. It's been going on in a circle. So if you don't have question, pass on the mic to somebody else. And please be very specific. I'm not asking you to do this or do that. Whatever that comes to your mind, you are going to ask. And whatever he gets in his mind, he is going to answer. But let us not go in for arguments. Okay? Thank you.
Hello, Doctor. Thank you so much for the enlightened lecture. I need to thank Dr. Ramesh. I just want to ask you a simple question. What are the 5 top sins, if you can tell me? So
5
top sins or power?
Sin.
So that I want to see whether I've come to any one of them. 5 top sins.
There is nothing like Pabam and other things. See, Pabam means what we say, Durmanasa, Sanmanasa, Dushkarma, Satkarma. So, if you want to define Pabam according to Hindu culture, whatever negatives you are doing to your mind, body, family, society, nation, and all living and non-living beings, whatever negatives, sustainable and permanent and negatives you are doing, they can be defined as the Pabam. The negatives for the mind, negatives for the body, negatives for the family, negatives for the society, negatives for the nation, and sarvacharas. That is sustainable and permanent negative. They are called Mahabhavas. Anyway, you have not done any Mahabhavas. Don't worry about it. Remember, I am not a spiritual leader.
I have got one doubt.
Yeah.
How the soul will decide whether it will go into a human body or an animal or plant?
Exclusively depends upon the awareness and consciousness. Two English words now coming from India. Prajnanam Brahma, Svabodham Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma and Svabodham Brahma, that subject has been taken by science. And Professor Gundar, born in Germany, got Nobel Prize for working in America in 1999. He got Nobel Prize for these 2 words, Prajnanam Brahma, present in all protein molecules in the human body. So, the soul may be having the awareness and consciousness, accordingly selecting the body. This is only my answer. I do not know. This is the explanation given by Catherine. Which body, from which country, which period, and which mother, which father, which sex, male or female, these are all will be selected by the soul. How? I do not know. Even if I give the answer, it will be only my opinion. That is not what you are interested. My opinion may be so many things. Does not mean it is scientific or logical. Excellent question.
With the great pranams to Dr. Gopalakrishnan and my thanks to Ramesh. I think the question what you posed, there was a big spiritual meeting in Hyderabad a couple of months ago. All the souls have come there. One person has given the answer to your question. When you make 10 people to smile, that is called punya. When you can make one person to cry, that is a power. So try to avoid sorrows in the human being, that is what we can avoid these things. This is not given by me, that's right to go. The great soul was sitting in the dais told for simple question like this. So just I want to share with this. Thank you, sir.
Catherine is still alive.
Catherine is still alive.
Yes.
She was a student in 2006.
Yeah, why I am asking the question is actually I didn't know which year is it. Now, with a very simple for $100 from US, you take a blood sample and you trace the ancestry DNA test. If anybody can go and get the blood sample and they take the DNA test, they give you the result. They may show that you are related to Mongolia, Romania, blood, all this. Was any kind of blood sample taken?
Absolutely.
No, was this experiment done for that?
No, in that book or images, publications and other things, it is not mentioned at all.
Because Now anybody can do it. That's why it's called. It need not be necessarily the.
I think you did not follow what I said.
No, it could be. I
See, this is next Janma. It is not the body carrying to next Janma, it is the soul. Where is the DNA and where is the blood, where is the analysis in that case? It's not the body in previous Janma got there and it is coming to this place. It's only the soul which is.
The form of the
We perform various religious ceremonies when death occurs. And it is said that religious ceremonies are performed in such a way that the soul is held, otherwise the soul hangs around the same place, soul is held more to its rightful place. What is the rightful place for which we are all trying to perform these religious ceremonies? Number two, how many years the sadhana should be performed as per religious scripture? Not how many, but as per religious scriptures, because the soul will take another birth. And how many years one should perform sadhana? These two questions.
Second question, how many years we have to perform Shraddha? It's a very simple question given in Dharma Shastra, Pitamrita Sutra. You may be knowing that Kalpa Shastra. One out of the 6 Vedantas, Shiksha, Niruktam, Vyagandam, Chandra Shastra, Kalpa Shastra, Jyotisham. Kalpa Shastra, Pitamrita Sutra is told up to the 3rd generation. It is not the number of years. Your 3rd generation, your father, Pita, Pidamaha, Prabhidamaha, Pitra Prabhidamaha, Pidamahi, Matamahi, Pitra Prabhidamahi. So 3rd generation, automatically it will be transferred. So Shraddham is to be performed till your last breath. You have to perform, whether you have performed in Gaya or you have performed in Rameshwaram, it will not be end. Madhravamshe Vratayescha Pitrvamshe Tadaivaja Tunushvishra Bandhuna Mejanye Bandhava Eve Kule Nukta Pinda Utradar Vivartida Kriya Lopahadascha Ivajatyanda Pargavastada Virupa Amagat Bhascha Jnada Jnada Kule Mama Bhuma Udante Navarina Trupta Yandu Parangatim. It is not meant for father, mother or great grandfathers or mother. It is meant for many people. Abrahmano ye Vidrvamsha Jada Madhustada Vamsha Bhavamadiya Vamsha Dvayesmin Mama Dasa Buddha, my servant Bhratyaha Tadaiva Ashrita Sevakascha. I am performing Shraddha for my Bhratya Ashrita Sevakascha Mitrani Sakya Vasavascha Vrikshaha. My friends, my comrades, and all the animals which helped me to bring this body, all the trees which helped me for bringing this body from 3 kg to 65 or 70 kg. So, Vasavascha Vrikshaha, Drishtascha, Adrishtascha Kudovakara. Those who helped me directly, those who helped me indirectly. Janmandare e mama sangadascha tebhya swayam pindavalim dadami. So remember, it is not meant for paternal or maternal root alone. So we have to perform till the last step. And the first part of the question I could not really understand what you asked. Can you tell it 1 line or 2 lines? It was so elaborate and the mic was far.
I asked you,
It's not reaching here, sir. It's not reaching here, sir.
I asked you that.
2 lines.
Yeah, I think that's my mind too.
So okay, next round. So
Where does the soul go? Because the soul is supposed to be hanging around in the same place for a couple of days. That's why people keep on.
No, you asked, your question is over. Where the soul goes? No other thing.
Yeah.
This question asked specifically. For 15 minutes you are delayed for answering my question. During that period, where the soul will be waiting. Answer, I do not know. Not my answer. It is the answer given by gathering the retrography hypnosis. So it is beautifully given. We do not know where it is. But one beautiful experiment done in Toronto, even we may not believe that also. It is telecasted in, it was telecasted in a Discovery Channel. One patient was getting subjected to the surgery, and the last part of surgery, due to anesthesia or something, died. All the 7 doctors in the operation theatre, according to that explanation, I was not there in the theatre, and death was completely explained. But one doctor, he was so serious and thinking that even though this fellow died, I can bring him back. And it appears adrenaline or noradrenaline or something injection was given, and he did his level best. After 2 hours, the so-called dead body came back. And when that fellow opened his eyes, he said, "Sir, I was telling you that your pen is under this table." The first statement came, "Sir, I was telling you that your pen is under this table." This doctor got shocked. "From where did you watch that pen under?" "I was waiting in the window. I was waiting in the window and watching whatever is happening. Whether I will have to permanently go out or whether I can come back. I am only what is explained in that word I am telling to you. I do not know any answer for it. You are asking what is the shape and form of the soul, I do not know. But what we say, Edo vajo nivartande aprapya manasa saha, because the words will come back, because the mind cannot experience what is meant by soul. So the words will come back. Words cannot be used for explaining what is meant by soul. So the soul may be waiting, as you said, around, or it may be waiting in 26 feet within the radius or outside. But the soul will have to go to Mongolia, means it cannot wait here. Good question.
The same person is taking different births. How do we understand the increasing population of the world over years?
Have you seen Animal Planet channel?
Sometimes.
Yeah, at least once you have seen, you can see trillions and trillions and trillions of living beings on the surface of the globe Earth, either in the ocean or in the land. So the number is as simple: infinity plus infinity is equal to infinity. Infinity minus infinity is equal to infinity. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. There is no question of decreasing, there is no question of increasing. Perhaps it may be true in the case of human beings, but all other cases you can see trillions and trillions of animals on the surface. Your soul can take a birth as a fish or crocodile or camel or horse or tiger or as an MLA.
Namaskaram, sir. Sir, we are performing sadhans for our elders. So, just want to know what is the difference between the Atman and the Pitrus? Is there any difference or they are the same?
It's an excellent question. Really, Vidra Moksha, we always used to say, Devadabhya Vidrabhyascha Mahayogibhya Evacha Namasudayai Swahayai Nityameva Namo Nama Tilodagam Cha Pindam Cha Vidrunam Paridushtaye Samarpayami Bhaktya Prarthayami Prasidame. This is the ultimate aim. I am remembering you just like a Thanksgiving day in the West, once in a year, either in your death day or a particular Pitrashanti day. I am performing it to remind me that I am part of your family, and when I give the Tarpana, so Vidaram Darpayami, Vidamaham Darpayami, Vidamaham Darpayami, Adaram Darpayami, first father, grandfather, Vidamahim Darpayami, Vidamahim Darpayami, Adaram Darpayami, Adamaham Darpayami, Vidamaham Darpayami, Madamahim Darpayami, Mother Pidamahim Darpayami. Like this you are doing all. Then Pitur Bhaginim Darpayami, Tat Bhattaram Darpayami, Tat Putram Darpayami, Idra Bradaram Darpayami, Tat Patnim Darpayami, Tat Putram Darpayami, Madhulam Darpayami, Tat Patnim Darpayami, Tat Putram Darpayami. So you are getting the satisfaction that you are remembering them. And this is the family relation building, demonstrative, anthropologically based customs and ritual. Demonstrative anthropology. You are expressing your love and affection while performing the Shraddha in presence of your family members, your children and others. They are watching how you are performing this one, and they are learning that their father, I do give respect to my elders, and that becomes a demonstration model for next generation. Otherwise, the Atma will not be surviving with this small unda for 365 days. No. But for making you devoted, dedicated and sincere, certain types of words are explained. You know, 365 days you perform Tirupati Venkatachalamati Kalyanam. You do in your home for yourself. Once Kalyanam, Vivaham is over, marriage is over forever. Every day do you think you will be performing wedding and marriage? There you are doing it because it is a ritual. So that Devasam board and Tirupati Venkatachalamati Devasthanam will be surviving. That's all. But one way of doing, that's all. It does not mean that they are going on marrying every day and every day, evening, honeymoon day, it will not. Actually, question. So you can sit and tell, you are all in this.
Pranam sir, as the soul has got any, can decide the length of life in this birth.
In fact, when the soul takes a body, and that body will be coming to this earth which is known as Lagnam, and based on Lagnam, 12 bhavas, 9 grahas, you will be getting the astrological parameters. And based on the Karmamala astrological parameters and the birth of that particular boy or girl will be counted, and from 8th bhava, Mrityu bhava, you can calculate the destination of your existence in this world through astrology. But now that is not reliable because cesarean operation. It's not the nature which decides when you have to come back, it is the doctors decide. Formerly it was the nature which used to decide. So it is now not. In Kerala, if it is Christmas holiday, all the pregnant women will be subjected to cesarean on 21st December, and the doctors will go to long leave. Next question.
Dr. Naran from Trichy. My question is not directly related to your topic, but akin to it. So we are permitted and ask the question. The late Dr. D.R. has written a book on life of death. I read that. I don't know if you have read that book. And he also gave the same views as you have given. There is a thing in medicine, epilepsy, which we all know. And one of the types of epilepsy called is psychomotor epilepsy. That the patient, when he is having the fits, he remembers what has happened in his previous birth and tells so many things, I was this and I was that and all these things. That is called deja vu phenomenon. I think you must have heard about it. I would like you to enlighten me on that. But I told you in the beginning itself, it is not directly related to the topic you spoke about, but something similar to that. I want an explanation, sir. Thank you.
Justice Krishnaiyer in his book has given marvelous explanation. At 4 o'clock his wife used to get up every day morning, and when Justice Krishnaiyer was sleeping after the death of his wife also, at 4 o'clock he can hear the sound of sound in the bathroom, that Pierce soap at 4:15, full of lather every day. Nobody has gone to the bathroom, still full of lather. And he used to feel that he is discussing with his wife about many matters. And these are all the things what he has written. Maybe because he was a leftist, after that he became a believer. The whole belief pumped into the last stage in his memory. Maybe if you could not understand, forget about it, don't keep in your mind. So many of the atheists in the final stage come to this level. Whatever they were expected to do during their good period, they have not done. That Kuttabodham, the negatives what they are feeling in the later stage will be pumping into the last stage. And finally you can see Justice Krishnaiyer, full with sacred thread, bhasma, chandana and all great clothes and other thing. Formerly he himself broke his sacred thread. Abhinavas was removed. All the negatives in younger days he did. Last period when it is reached, he was perfectly a believer and a Hindu and a Brahmin and an Iyer and an Iyengar. So naturally, lather in the pure soap is very simple. I am not negatively talking about it, but he has explained about it. So many people in the last stage, when they feel that guilty consciousness, that gets pumped out in many ways. See, mind is the one. Mind is the one. We cannot. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho bandhaya vishaya saktam muktam navishayam smrtam. The mind is the one which you cannot explain at all. So what he may be feeling may be true, may not be true from his angle or from our angle. So your question is an excellent question. I have also read that part. So I always used to say, this may be mental aberration of the guilty consciousness which might have created for the last 80-85 years of his life. Excellent question.
Another question I asked, déjà vu phenomenon.
With that,
Déjà vu phenomenon. There is a type of psychomotor epilepsy.
I don't know.
Déjà vu phenomenon, there are some doctors here, they will agree with me. In that, when the patient gets a hit, a psychomotor epilepsy,
Yeah, I
it
know.
remembers what has happened in his previous birth. Have you know anything about it?
When my father had a hemorrhage in the brain and last 3 days, he was recollecting everything from his childhood and he was calling his sister by name and everything, going to Kashi, going to Prayaga and everything. He was word by word, he was explaining at the age of 84 after the hemorrhage occurred, even in the unconscious state. That I have seen directly. I do not know anything about what you said.
Namaskaram. Doctor, I have a question. We have all heard many Puranas as children, in which we have been told about, even I forget the name of the Rishi, who fell in love with a deer and he was born as a deer in the next Janma. This has been told. And about a person who has committed a lot of vices, but he had named his, normally we say we name our children with Ishvara's name and Amba's name. This person at his deathbed called out Narayana and they say that he got a good gati. So what my question to you is, our last thought in a particular Janma, does it help in determining our next Janma? Does it mean that throughout, obviously, like Swamiji always says, I'm a student of Swamiji, I'm the Saraswati, that throughout our Janma, unless we are in the positive mode and doing good things, the last thought cannot be good either. Right? So what really determines it? To be born as an animal or even as a human being? Do these things also determine what we are born with?
A simple answer which I have. Now you mixed two stories. Story of Jadavarada and the story of Ajamala. So it is in Mahabhagavata. Simple. Jadavarada, Bharata, Manidas explained. So your activities of the whole life determines what you will be in the next step. Sanchita Karma Bala. You know Sanchi, Kaili, bag. Sanchita Karma Bala you are carrying from the previous Janmas. Arjita Karmabala, acquired Karmabala. Prarabdha Karmabala, what you are doing good. All these Karmabala decides on which Janma, what type of birth you will be getting. That I have already, Sanjita Karmabala, Arjita Karmabala, Prarabdha Karmabala. That decides, it is not merely calling the Ramanama or anything, that is making you call. Chant Ramanama. Some of the things are very good to screw you. So these are chanting the Ramanama, Krishna Nama, these are not very good for a pleasant feeling of the mind. When the mind is good, action will be good, result will be good. So when you are listening Bhagavata, Kadai maste kadida mahiyasam vidaya lokeshu yashapare yucha vijnana vairagya vivakshaya vibho vacho vibhodirnadu paramartyam. All the stories and experiences and messages are all meant for changing the bad mind to good mind, bad thoughts to good thoughts, bad action to good action. Then automatically that will be the bearing point of your next janma.
Namaskar. My question is about the soul. This is a question which has been partially answered in the previous things.
Only question only. Don't give any introduction.
Okay. The soul. What guides the soul?
He asked it and I answered, nobody knows. Awareness and consciousness which may be present in that. Maybe, that is my opinion. I do not know the truth. The question asked to Catherine, she said, I do not know.
What would be actions and reactions?
That may be called the vasana. I want to become a singer next janma. You know, one Clint, one boy, small boy expired at the age of 4. At the age of 4, he was from Catholic family. But that boy, up to the age of 4, he wrote 2,000, he painted, he drew 2,000 pictures, all the pictures on Ganesha and elephant. But he is from Catholic family. He expired at the age of 4. So, Mujjanma Vasana, the interest, Vasana means what is existing in that. Vasikika Vasana. Maybe Mujjanma Vasana will also be guiding your next janma.
Is there any specific reason that the soul forget all the things when it was in a particular body before it leaves that body, before it reaches another body? Is there any particular reason that it forget all the things? See, normally we don't remember what exam in the previous chapter.
Your sound I can, but your words I cannot understand. Sound I have been.
Gurubhyo Namaha.
I am not a Guruji. I am an ordinary man. Foundation. Okay. Carry on, sir.
It.
One or two lines. Don't go.
About his, my neighbor, there are 7 deadly sins.
Sir, if you are going like this, we have got so many people.
Okay.
Sir, I wish my time target is 7:30. Should not go beyond that.
Okay, first of all,
One question, sir. No discussion, sir.
we have given one piece of paper. Why no Tamil? It's only English and Malayalam. I am not blaming you.
No, you cannot blame me. I have done my best. I cannot publish the whole thing in 22 languages. I do not know.
Okay,
General public, I have made it for English, for majority Kerala program, so I made it in
Okay, I take the catch, like 20 roads. And then, what is burning and cremation? What's the difference?
What is that?
Some people burn, some people cremate.
These are all their choice, sir.
And only Hindus believe in karma theory.
Why we are bothering about others?
No.
Let us bother and let us
Shakespeare says.
Shakespeare maybe have told many things. It is not our program, sir.
Okay, and then.
Because come to this point, sir. Don't try to bring anything Shakespeare or Shakespeare or
Only
anything.
one last question.
Yeah.
There was a boy in a classroom. The teacher told him, don't crush the cockroach. In this birth you are doing it. In the next birth you will be the cockroach and the cockroach will be the man. He said, in the previous birth it was done like that. What is your answer?
Sir, I think what is relevant for our present day life. So don't crush cockroach. You will have to hit so many mosquitoes. Then you are walking in the road, when you are driving the car, so many animals will be killed. You cannot keep just like a Jaina sannyasi.
He said the next birth
Yes, sir. Maybe I do not know.
But he said, the boy said, in the previous birth
The cockroach.
Only one question to one person, sir. Please be seated. We have come here to learn things. Clear our doubts. Let us not make chaos of it. Please, if you have got that doubt, only one question to one person. And if you have got multiple doubts, please write it in the paper and we will circulate it. Because everyone has to get the chance and start is getting time. So please, let us not show our ego here. We are still learning. Okay? Right. So, any person? Ma'am. Yeah.
Namaskar. Is there any material available? Is there any material available to know when the soul exactly enters the body?
Absolutely not. It's Swami Ranganathananda ji as a meritorious scientist too, is at the moment that egg gets connected with the sperm, there starts these three truth, one material egg, material sperm, but non-material soul. These three come together. It's only his opinion. Nobody has given any scientific proof for that. Perhaps I think it is impossible to give that scientific proof also under that situation.
Sir, in your talk you referred about Garuda Puranam. It is said that one should read Garuda Puranam during whether there is a death and during the 12 days only. Why it is so?
Garuda Purana.
Normally you are supposed to read it.
Yeah, second part.
Not there is a death in the family and during the 12 days from the days of death. Why it is like that?
Most fantastic question. Most important thing is that when Dharmaputra was asked the question by Yaksha, what is the most wonderful thing, surprising and shocking thing in this world? Dharmaputra replied to Yaksha, even though every day we are watching people and animals dying, we never think that when death is there for us. But when you read this Garuda Purana second part, I am sure this is not connected with the people here, because academically qualified people will not believe that. But in olden days, they used to have blind faith in the Purana, blind faith in Puranas. During that period, when explaining the second part of Garuda Purana, how the soul goes and how the soul goes for Swarga, Naraga, what are the punishment received in the Naraga, what are the sins that this person might have done, accordingly what will be the punishment. These are all explained in every family if a death occurred in that family. This motivates, encourages, directs and guides the members of the family for not doing sinful activity. It's only utilizing the psychological parameters. Excellent question. And in fact, we are doing in that printed note I have seen, when you bless, when you guide, when you tell the story, when you tell the experience of other people, when you direct, when you advise, when you tell the truth and fact about the life, all these are meant for changing the mind from bad to good, from negative to positive, fearful mind to fearless mind, inferiority complex filled mind to confident mind. So this Garuda Purana second part is explaining mainly about the Swargam, Naragam and the pathway of the soul passing. These are all stories. They are not real factors. That is what I think. I do not know exactly. But excellent question.
In this Janma, we are born with a set of parents, spouse, children whom we love a lot. So every time the soul takes birth, do we always take birth with more or less the same set of souls near us?
Every time when we get our new, what is the last word?
Every time we take a new birth, does it happen that the souls which were there in the previous birth whom we love, they are also somewhere connected, maybe as parents, friends, like you said, Catherine. her friend was again her teacher, and the person she did not like was again another teacher.
Yeah, and many a times it may not happen, but sometimes from the book I am answering, not my viewpoint. Sometimes some people, when I see X or Y, I automatically feel that fellow is a good man. I know him. I do want to build a friendship with him. This automatical attraction or automatic repulsion partly may be due to the Purva Janma Bandham, the last Janma, partly may be, but we do not know exactly anything. That what is mentioned, I respect you, Professor, that Catherine told it to Brian Weiss. And suddenly she said, because we were students and we knew each other when we were learning under Socrates, this is what he said. So your present relations and friendships, some cases you can see, maybe the after effect or continuation of the previous Janmas. Maybe. That is a good question.
Namaskaram, sir. My question is not related to what has been said till now. What is your opinion on sciences, about mediums, about people in Greek who read texts that people they had a science, and the medium was called a person who can make contact with a dead person who is dead and gone.
Contacting the dead people.
The spirit of the dead.
Many people used to say that. I do not know what is the truth. For sometimes they come in flying colors, after that they disappear. And science has not given any justification for that. No scientists.
This was just for one session, one event. A contact would be made with the person who is departed. That is how it is.
That's what I am telling. I am telling the same thing. And science has not given any support for that. Psychology or psychiatry has not given any support for that one. So even if I am telling some of these point to you, it may be only my opinion as far as the books I have read or gone through that one, and whatever discussion I had with these people, these are all coming under superstitions. But maybe there is something I do not know exactly.
This is not current nowadays, but possibly it was in both, say 50, 100 years back. They used to have sciences and this sort of thing.
Maybe Lord Krishna was asked the question by Gandhari and Dhritarashtra, we want to meet our children who expired in the Mahabharata war. Then Lord Krishna said, you ask Vedavyasa, he will do everything. During the Guru Purnima day, all the remaining Pandava and Kaurava family members came in the bank of Ganga, and when the moon arose, they just took the dip. With them came all those who expired. The whole night of full moon day, they chit-chatted, they enjoyed, and when the sun started coming out, when the dawn came, that hallucination or that dream or whatever it is, that also disappeared. So whole night they had contacted each other, discussed, enjoyed the full moon day, and vanished. This is what Bhagavan Vedavyasa did for Gandhari and Dhritarashtra and for the remaining people. It may be story, it may be fact. In our Puranas, very many incidents or stories can be seen like this, what you are telling. But science, I do not think has accepted it, so I cannot say anything.
Sir, you told us that the institute has selected 120 boys and from the previous birth. How they found out the previous birth?
They were all interviewed. Excellent question. They were all interviewed by one Dr. Banerjee. He was an excellent doctor in All India Institute of Medical Science, and also they have conducted a series of studies, including hypnotic studies, and collected all the details. And based on the details, they went to that particular village, and whatever whatever explanations and whatever points those students, children gave, accordingly they went to the portion, and the majority of cases, it was the truth. One boy said, my wife had a wound here, the skull has broken here, later on. So when that wife was called out, these doctors could see that injury, that symptom of the point of the injury, like that many incidents. One girl said, you are my mother-in-law, you killed me by dipping me in the river. And that girl showed the spot where mother-in-law killed the daughter-in-law. And she was really shocked. It was a real incident. All these explained in Alive magazine. And the interesting thing is that the cover story of the Alive magazine is the face of a girl looking so shockingly to the world. And that is June issue of 2006 Alive magazine. But beautiful explanation given by doctors, that is the importance of it. So, All India Institute of Medical Science conducted 120 children. In fact, it is better to say children instead of students. And they went back to their villages and find out majority of the explanations were true and factual. Good enough.
Is it possible?
I think we will do that.
Is it possible to go up with the body and soul? And whatever Ramakrishna Swami has proved that he has gone along with the body. What is the explanation?
It is impossible. Anybody tell that Trishanku might have gone, but reached only half. Trishanku Swargam might not have reached there. And Jesus came to India, lived up to 84 years, and you can see Srinagar, 16 kilometers from Srinagar. Yes, you can see his cremation ground is still there. So Christians say Jesus went directly to heaven. No. Next question.
Namaskaram, doctor.
Okay, Avita.
What is Pitru Sabha? How Pitru Sabha? How it is connected with the Dharma?
Whatever negatives you have done to your father, mother and great-grandfather and mother, which is an unpardonable mistake. You can extend it to any level. Unpardonable mistake you have done to your father, mother, that is called the Pitru Tabam. It cannot be erased off. It cannot be erased off. The Pitru Tabam is the one which you have to experience and suffer, then only you can get rid of that. Pitru Karma and Karma Bala, of which the most consolidated negative point is the Pitru Tabam.
My question is, in the experiment you are explaining that mind being a part of the body was able to tell whatever was stored in the soul. How is that possible? Is there an explanation for that?
It's a big question which I cannot answer. Excellent. But here Brian L. Weiss has conducted in the second book, Many Lives, Many Masters, first book, Messages from the Masters. He has conducted this type of experiment for 700 people, including 3 Indians. So there he explains is the master angel. Again the question, what is master angel? Is it Paramatma Chaitanya and Jivatma Chaitanya? If it is master angel, then it is a Christian approach. As far as Christians are concerned, there is no question of rebirth or second birth. Everything ends with the final verdict of Jehovah. So here, master angel can be something like Paramatma. Paramatma is the one which we cannot explain at all. Jivatma can converse with the Paramatma. That concept is not at all there in India. It's only, we say, inseparable part in Advaita, and in Dvaita, Paramatma and Jivatma are different. In Advaita Vikshanam, Jivatma and Paramatma remain the same. So, what the question is a marvelous question. How the mind can answer the question connected with the soul. That is a beautiful question. The answer, as far as I am concerned, I cannot give anything, but your question is worth searching for. particular these 2-3 books of Brian L. Weiss.
சார் தமிழ்ல கேட்கலாமா?
Yeah.
இப்போ வந்து நம்ம பிறக்கும் போதே நம்மளுடைய லைஃப் ஸ்பேன் வந்து இவ்வளவு நிர்ணயிச்சு அனுப்புறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்ம சொல்றோம். இப்போ பை ஆக்சிடென்ட்லயோ இல்ல அவங்க ஒரு மொமெண்ட் ஆஃப் எமோஷன்ல வந்து தற்கொலை பண்ணிக்கும் போது அந்த லைஃப் ஸ்பேன் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் அந்த ஆவிகள் சுத்தின்னு தான் இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறாங்க.
So your life, your date of birth and date of death is destined. Destined. That is what we call niyati. Niyati. Destined that you will be living up to this much. Up to this much. Incidentally, it happened that you are dying on the accident. That is also destined, even though we say. But Jyotisha's answer need not be 100% perfect answer. If you are talking that your destiny, your life is 85 years, but you are dying at 55 years, 50 year. That based on Jyotisha, you may be telling that when you have got 85 years of age. So their Jyotisha, Uha, Moha, Padu, their guessing and estimating takes place in Jyotisha. Guessing plus estimating is equal to guesstimating. Guesstimating is taking place in Jyotisha, but in reality, whatever is happened is the reality, not from Jyotisha. Yeah.
So an article from another when Mr. Rajnarayan wrote,
I do not know about Rajnarayan. If I try to answer, it is his opinion of which I am talking my opinion.
அவர் என்ன சொன்னாருன்னா இந்த ஆவிகள் வந்து சுத்திட்டு தான் இருக்கும் தங்களுடைய நிறைவேறாத ஆசைகளை மத்த பாடிஸ் ஆக்குபை பண்ணிக்கிறது மூலமா தங்களுடைய ஆசைகளை நிறைவேற்றணும்னு சொல்றாரு. இஸ் தட் ரைட்?
இந்த ஆசை நிறைவேற்றுறது நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென்மத்திலே இந்த ஜென்மத்திலே முடியாது. Suppose you want to be a singer and you enjoyed your life as a musician and still you want to be a singer, you want to enjoy the music, you want to. I always used to say that, but in next Janma also you should get the same blessing to deliver the heritage of India to the next generation. Only thing is that I have written nearly 130 books. The next Janma, the God should remind me that you have already written 130 books. Don't write the same books again. So, if your passion is so much, Yad bhava tat bhavati. Yad bhava tat bhavati. What you wish to be. That is the story of Jadavarada. She was asking the question. Varada, Jadavarada are not passion towards a deer. That got his birth as a deer in the next Janma. So your passion, your Ichha Shakti and your mind perhaps decides your next Janma. Also, we do not know. These are all opinions. Good Christian.
No, this when we die after the Hindu Dharma, we sacrifice the body to fire, or some people bury it to the fire. Can we take this 11 days Dharma as the days of travel for the soul, and on the 11th day it takes the other birth, or this ash to the grass grows on the buried place, that can be taken as a generation, which generation? One. Number two, in the case of the bachelors who dies, there is no further generation for them to perform the Pitur Karma. We have to do it for 3 generations. What happens to the souls at that time?
The 10 days of our Ashaucha and Preta Karma, not Pitur Karma. 10 days we do Preta Karma. After that only we do Pitur Karma. So in the Preta Karma, 10 days is fixed, 1 day for 1 month in the womb of the mother. Thus came 10 days. 1 day per month in the womb of the mother. The 5th month, the skeletal system start getting rigid in the womb of the mother. That's why 5th day we do Asti Sanjayana. Asti Sanjayana we do generally in the 5th day. So, when we do that 10th day, the Preta will be converted to Pitra. Pitra is the Devagana. For Preta, we put our sacred thread towards left. For Pitra, we put the thread towards Malakaram. And for Gurus, we put it towards right. So, Pitra is nearer to the God. And these 10 days and Pitra, Preta, these are all our customs and rituals, nothing to do with the soul. All connected with the customs and rituals performed by different people in different ways and other thing. And second question is very important that you asked, if X or Y does not have the next generation, son or daughter, what should be done? Then take a baby and